Welcome to episode 50 of Think Tank. What an amazing milestone achievement that we've had. Tank, what have been some of the highlights for you? Wow. That is incredible.
Pretty good, though.
Jeez, I don't know if it comes across on TV, but this is the most expensive episode we've ever had to shoot. We had to commission a helicopter and a wildlife sniper to dart this big fella. Clearly the medicine's wearing off. Got very excited about the cake.
Very, very good. Very good.
Tank, we're heading into round 9 of Super Rugby here. The Irish are just around the corner. We're going to have to pick a Springbok side. I know you want to talk very desperately about the form team.
Need to pick a side.
So Tankers, you've had your cake and eaten it. Unfortunately, Alistair Coetzee doesn't have the same luxury. He's got to pick a team that can beat the Irish, but he's also got to pick a team that meets some political parameters.
Indeed, and Shapiro thinks it's a ball juggling act where it's potentially two separate things. Obviously, people have said merit has no colour. So are we just looking at a broader base of talent? So what I've done today is that I've picked a form 15. Okay, it's not based on colour, it's based on my opinion on who I think are the form players in Super Rugby, and let's have a look at the colour differential there.
Great, let's have a look. What have you got?
Righty. So at the back, Cheslin Colby, player of colour. Wing, Ruan Combrink, not player of colour. Frans Venter, Juan de Jong, centres, one player of colour. Bjorn Besson, master of the air. On the other wing, player of colour. Elton Jantjies at fly half, player of colour. Faf de Klerk, obviously not. Warren Whiteley, Jaco Kriel, CJ Velleman, no colour amongst those guys. RG Snyman and Eben Etzebeth, no colour. Frans Malherbe, Malcolm Marx, Charles Murray. So that's just my opinion on the form players in Super Rugby at the moment.
Right.
And then if one sort of takes a look at the kind of horse trading that might go on behind the scenes.
That Alistair will have to do.
Correct, and his selectors, whoever they're going to be.
Yeah.
So they've said, the funny thing is that it's got to be 50-50 split by 219. 15 is not divisible by 2. 23 is not divisible by 2. So let's err on the side of happiness and go with 8 in the 15, and then another 4 on the bench.
So who loses out?
Rightio. So to my mind, there are 4 trades that might need to happen. One is relatively easy on the eye, and that's either Bism Tuarira or Trevor Nyakani at Lucid.
Right.
Charles Murray has been blooming good, but those two guys are sharp.
Much more experienced.
Yeah, exactly. The other potential one is CJ Velleman. So he's a new guy who's caught the eye at open side. But Sia Khaleesi, for me, ticks a bell there.
Yeah.
Ticks something there. At scrum half, Rudy Page did a job at World Cup, could come in at 9. Faf has been exemplary though, and the player ratings haven't been good with Rudy Page, so it might not be the public's choice, but that's a trade that could happen. And then Ruan Combrink has been so good, but he could easily miss out to a JP Peterson or a Sergio Peterson.
Right.
So Travis Ishmael, there's quite a lot that goes on there. So the 4 trades that would happen, do they weaken the side? In my opinion, yes, because I've picked a form 15.
Right.
Is it a dreadful Springbok selection? No.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
But the point we're trying to make today is not negative and not be horrible about transformation. This is factually the kind of horse trading that's going to go on in the background.
Yeah.
And I think the public, we must be honest about it and talk about it openly, not be behind closed doors, which I think is what.
No ostriches, no head in the sand stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, I think in all 4 of those cases, the guys that come in are actually more experienced players, and in my opinion, some of them are better players. I think the question mark arises when you start looking at injuries. I mean, if JP Peterson gets injured, if Rudy Page gets injured, if Elton Jantjies gets injured, how do we meet that transformation parameter?
Exactly, and it's a little bit like what the Cheetahs go through, what the Kings go through, is the lack of depth. And you're exactly right. So I had a quick look at the bench. So, if you've got a beast who's starting at Inyakani on the bench, Skaran Tebeni comes on the bench, or perhaps even starts, a very good player. We got no players of colour at 5 lock, tight head, and the other lock. So there, Julian Redlinghurst would be on the bench. Peter Steph de Toy would be on the bench, but with a Nizam Carr, Anochi comes into play. I'm not sure he's up to speed, but that's where you come in. If you've got Page playing scrum half, then you've got Faf on the bench, Lionel Mapoe as well, and perhaps Willie LaRue. However, then you don't have, to your point, a fly-off on the bench.
Precisely.
So if you have a Pat Lambie or any other sort of fly-off, then does Willie Leroux miss out completely?
Yeah.
And those are the kind of things, those are the decisions we have to make.
Imagine being one of these guys that's being considered now in this conversation just because you meet the political standard.
You know, and that's the crux. And it's the point Steve Hansen's making, is that when you've got quotas, do the guys then feel, are they there on merit, or are they there because of some horse trading in the background?
Yeah.
Does that then influence their confidence and the team's confidence? And, you know, he does make a good point.
Yeah.
But this is South Africa, and I think this is the reality. And I think it's awesome to talk openly about it.
Absolutely.
And not to hide behind
Absolutely. I'm glad I don't have Alistair's job.
doors. Same.
That's it for this week, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I hope you enjoyed the cake as much as Tank did. Please be sure to hit us up with your questions for next week using the hashtag ThinkTank. Until then, ciao.